What is up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome back. So we're still on the MORRflate system. The previous video, you guys saw that I did a comparison between the quad inflation hose that is hooked up to all four tires in this manifold right here, to comparison to this MORRflate PSI Pro. It's a TenSix PSI Pro compressor versus the dual ARB compressor that I have hooked up to this 2007 Toyota 4Runner Sport Edition with the 4.7 liter V8. So was hooked to here, as you guys can see. This is what's in the tires at the moment, 40.7 psi. That demonstration was 20 psi to 40 psi. If you guys want to see the full demonstration where I showed how long it would take from 0 psi to 40 psi, go check out the YouTube channel. What we're going to do is I'm going to disconnect the quad inflation hose, and we are going to check the tires just to see how accurate this manifold gauge is versus this gauge, which are pretty dang near similar. They're probably identical gauges. But from what I could tell, the actual MORRflate TenSix PSI Pro compressor was within 0.9 psi from the compressor face, or the compressor itself's gauge, to this gauge. And you can see that they're equalizing because it's bouncing between 40.6 and 40.7. So I'm just going to disconnect all the tires from the system. Disconnect there. It's pretty easy. Disconnect, and all you do is slide the collar. I'll show you guys, but make sure this collar is slid down. If this collar slid up, it's going to be spraying. But these are specialty collars, so you slide this green collar down and pull at the same time, and you won't lose any air. They're very, very nice. I like them, like so. And I have these caps you can actually put on here, like so. So it's disconnected. It's still showing 40 psi, and that's because there's still air in these lines. So what you want to do is drop the psi in the lines, and then you can disconnect the manifold. There you go. Manifold's disconnected. All of our lines are disconnected. So let's grab this gauge right here, and the gauge will automatically turn on as soon as you plug in. So plug in, lock. It is showing 41.2. So it's a little above what that main gauge for all four tires said. All four tires was saying 40.9, I believe. So you're talking about a difference of, about 0.8 psi, which isn't much. And you could drop the air by pushing the button if you wanted to do that. Let's go ahead and check this guy, and it's going to keep that gauge reading. So 41.2 on that one. You might need to leave it to equalize a little bit longer, but that one's 41 on the dot, probably because I let a little bit out. There we go. 41.0. So these two on the passenger side are 41.0. We're going to do the driver front again. There we go. So that's going to be 41.0. Yep. So they are all equal, which means that this quad tire inflation hose did what it was supposed to. It did equalize all 4 tires. The reason that these are 40.9 is because I let a little bit of air out of them by accident by pushing this button, as well as a little air escaped when I put the chuck on. But the quad tire inflation hose is very, very accurate from MORRflate. They were all at 41 PSI. This gauge said 40.9. So between the gauge that has all the hoses hooked up to it versus each individual tire is a little different. So you can see that it keeps a reading till you bleed the reading off. But they're all pretty accurate within each other. Pretty sure both of these gauges are the exact same gauge. These gauges are pretty nice because there's other features on here. So you can do PSI, KPS, bar, KGF or centimeter. So it gives you lots of options. Just a quick demonstration, guys. They were all at 41 PSI. The reason these are at 40.9 is because just a little bit of air. I did plug that gauge in twice to all 4 tires. But just a quick demonstration. Quad tire inflation system is great. I got a long video demonstrating a lot of this on YouTube if you guys want to go check it out. I will leave links on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and a few other places where you can get the MORRflate quad inflation system. You can get them in different lengths for different length vehicles. This one is just a 200 inch, so it'll actually do this 4Runner wheelbase. It'll do this Excursion wheelbase. It will do an F550 dually extended cab, extended bed wheelbase. You can also get this, instead of having 4 tires, you can get it where it has 6 tire hookups. You can air up 6 tires at the same time if you want, for your guys' dualies. And I'm impressed with this MORRflate TenSix PSI Pro digital air compressor. It is 2 minutes faster than the ARB dual air compressor, which is pretty impressive readings. 2 minutes faster is quite a bit faster. And these were just static readings. You know, from 0 to 40 PSI was what I did on YouTube. On TikTok, I did from 20 PSI to 40 PSI. Keep in mind, these are street tires. These are Michelin Defenders, mud snow tires, LTX tires. If you're running off-road tires, you're more than likely going to be running probably 35 PSI all the time instead of 40. And, you know, that is all I got for you guys today. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me, checking out the video. Just wanted to give you guys a demonstration on that, just the tire gauge, just the check gauge that has a deflator option. And I will see you guys on the next one. I'm going to clean all these hoses up, get everything put back in its containers, get the compressor in a container, get the hoses back in here. And you can get extension hoses. I have a 5, 15, and a 20-foot extension hose in here. You can use these for tools, or you can extend the length of the compressor to your quad inflation kit. Maybe your quad inflation kit is actually on a buddy's vehicle, but the compressor is still attached to yours. You can just lengthen the hose. And then I have the chuck pacifiers, as well as I have the rubber caps. But that is it, guys. You guys have an awesome rest of your day. I'm going to get all this cleaned up, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace!